Ren the Girl with the Mark, which is a fantasy web series which is currently on YouTube. It went live in March earlier this year, and I'm here at ComicCon to kind of promote that really, and to tell people about it, get more people to view it and watch it and like it hopefully, so that maybe we can move on to a second season and that sort of thing. So yeah, I've been here today doing a couple of panels, one on crowdfunding and one as a director, and I'm back on Sunday for a Ren panel as well with some of my cast and crew, so it should be fun. Last time we were here, we showed the very opening of the first episode leading up to the titles. So that was the most exclusive stuff we'd shown before, because that was before we launched the show. So it's hard to know what to do this time. We're going to bring some stuff and have it on standby, because it all depends on who's in the audience. If the audience is full of people who've already seen Ren, we don't want to spend time showing them Ren. But if there's enough people in the audience who haven't seen anything, we might show some stuff. But the episode's 10 minutes, and the panels are only like 30, so we can't show all of them. So yeah, so I think we'll probably show bits and pieces and open up to Q&As and basically see what people want. If people want stuff, or if they're like, oh, show us something, we'll show something. So we'll play it a little bit by ear. I think that's always the best option and the best situation with Comic-Con. You just don't know what's going to happen. So just be prepared for anything. That's what I find.
Now, Ren is the most beautiful web series I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
It's a spectacle, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's deathly. Like some of the fight stuff I've seen, it was insane. Like, tell me a tiny bit about sort of what the story's about, but also how you managed to do that. I mean, it's insane.
Well, it's about a young girl called Ren, who encounters a couple of kind of rogues in the forest, and due to situations, which I probably won't go into, ends up marked with this, she ends up sort of almost possessed by an ancient spirit, which causes this marking on her face. And in her world, this is a very bad thing. This essentially brands her as kind of a witch, a demon sort of possession thing. So it's really not a good thing, and suddenly she has to deal with that. She's sort of thrown into this whole other situation, where even her own family are kind of not sure what to make of this. This is, and yeah, so it's basically about her sort of then coming into contact with Kanath, who are the sort of like soldiers and lawmakers of the land, and the ones that protect people from the marked ones, and suddenly she's a marked one. So yeah, it's all about that. And as you say, it's kind of quite ambitious. I mean, it's a fantasy, so that generally makes it quite ambitious. But it's all set, the first season is all set in Ren's village, so we had to build an entire sort of medieval village, sort of market square essentially, that we had to then populate with a lot of extras, none of which, we didn't have a proper budget for this. We had like £35,000 to play with, which really isn't very much money when Game of Thrones and stuff spend at least $6 billion per episode, you know. So, but luckily we had a lot of enthusiastic people and amazing, talented cast and crew. I'm so lucky that all of these people got involved, because it wouldn't be the show it was without them. From our camera team, who made it look brilliant, and our art department and our costumes and everything. So yeah, it's kind of them that make it look good. I sort of set the goal and I set the bar, and I'm like, let's do this, and luckily everyone comes with me and jumps over that bar. And
this is coming from the woman who made a prequel to Lord of the Rings as like her first sort of web series premiere. You know, oh, I'm here, I'm making, you know, Lord of the Rings 1 kind of, and now this is your own show. This is your own storytelling, your own characters. How does that feel?
Oh, it's great. I mean, one of the things we really wanted to do after Born of Hope was something new, something original, but still appealing to all the guys that love that sort of stuff, love the sort of fantasy or the realistic fantasy that I think Lord of the Rings is, and Game of Thrones and that sort of thing, really. Apart from, you know, they got the dragons and a bit of magic, but essentially it's about people and relationships and that sort of thing, and I think that's great. And so we wanted to come up with something new, and hopefully have. I mean, you know, nothing's completely utterly new. Everything you always go, oh, someone else said that. But it was just, coming up with an idea of, in Skyrim and stuff, everyone's got, you can put loads of tattoos and it's great. And I started thinking about maybe, what if that's unusual in the world, not the usual? So I started to come up with this idea, and we aim high, and luckily people pull it off.
That's fantastic. So people who have seen Born of Hope, are they likely to see familiar faces in Ren?
They will see at least one, because Christopher Dane, who plays Arathorn in Born of Hope, plays the character of Khan in Ren. So you will see him. And I'm trying to think if there's anyone else at the moment. I don't think there's anyone else in the first season who was in Born of Hope, but the idea of Ren being a series was that, okay, so next season, and we can bring in people and guests and have regulars. So I'm hoping to do more as an actor as well in later seasons, and hopefully it'll be lovely to bring back people I've worked with on various projects, including Born of Hope, to guest and come in and things. So yeah, it would be definitely good to do that. And we had a few crew members who helped out on both as well, so that was very cool. Our DOP, Neil, did like 4 days on Born of Hope, mostly running around after one of our cameramen at the time holding an umbrella, and now he's like DOP in this, and he's an amazingly talented person. Sort of. So
it's going to be like the Tim Burton clan. It's going to be like the Kate clan.
You never know. I mean, there is a good reason for that sort of thing, because once you find people you work really well with, you want to work with them, because you know what they can do and everyone knows each other. So you can understand why these people sort of come together and keep making things together. And yeah, that would be very cool to do that.
It's fantastic. Well, it's the community that keeps us going in the end, isn't it? How can we find your new series?
Yeah, well, you can find it at www.rentheseries.com is like the main website. It's also it's on YouTube. You can find it through that, but essentially also on YouTube, if you just search pretty much Ren Episode 1 or whatever, or Ren the Girl with a Mark, it's under the Mythica Entertainment channel, which is the company that we sort of set up for it. And then we're also on Twitter and Facebook, which are all basically Ren the Series. It's the easiest way. So we should be pretty findable. We're also on Instagram, that's Mythica Entertainment. It's a bit confusing. But Google us and you'll find us. Yeah. But essentially, yeah, if you go to the website, you can get all the links through that. And you go check it out because it's free.
Great.
So, there's 5 episodes for season 1, and we definitely hope to make more. So.